Okay, today we're starting a new lesson, actually a whole new kind of area of what we're doing here in geometry. We've been doing volume, which is the amount of stuff that it would take to fill a certain shape. But today we're going to start surface area. We're going to be working on it for a couple weeks, maybe 2.5 weeks. And you're going to be determining kind of how much area is on the outside of an object. So like if you were trying to wrap a gift, which is why we have a gift right here, or if you were trying to paint something, this is why you would use surface area. So today you're going to start learning how to find the surface area, and we're going to start with prisms. So a prism, to find the surface area, you're going to basically find the area of each individual little shape, and you're going to end up adding them all together. There's a shortcut way of doing this. What they're going to have you do is to do 2 times the base area, which is this and this, plus all of this lateral area. And the way that they're doing this is with the perimeter. And it's really going to be confusing until you actually see it in action. So let's go ahead and just start with an example or two. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to find the area of our base. So to find B, we've got to look at our prism and decide what is our base. So our base is right here, and we have 2 of these, which is why we're going to multiply by 2. For this example, the base is a triangle, so the area is going to be 1/2 base times height of that triangle. So my triangle is 8 for a base and a height of 3. And then I'm going to do half of that because it's a triangle. So half of 24 equals 12. So I've got my first piece of info. I know that B equals 12. Okay, up next we need to find this P, which means perimeter of the base. So our base, again, is this triangular shape. And to find the perimeter, we have to find the distance around the outside. So to go around the outside, we're going to go 8 plus 5 plus another 5, which gives us a total of 18. And that's what we do to get the the perimeter of our base. The next thing that you need for your formula is h, your height, and that is the height of the whole prism. So the height of our whole prism is equal to 10. And now I'm going to simply plug everything in. So I've got S equals 2 times my B, and for my B, I had 12. I'm going to plug that in there. Then I'm going to add to that my perimeter of my base, which was 18, times my height, which was 10. So now we do some simplification. 2 times 12 is 24. And then over here we have 18 times 10, which is 180. And then if we keep simplifying, we're going to get 204 feet. And because it's area on the outside, like we're just looking at the area for like if we were going to paint this, it's just going to be squared because we're not actually filling the shape when we're doing surface area. So because these are pretty tricky, I'm going to do another one together before giving you a you-do, and actually I think there's 2 you-dos in a row. So we're going to do them the same way. We need to be first deciding what our area of our base is, our B, our capital B. Then we'll have to find our P, and then we'll have to also look at the height. So let's start with the area of our base. Our base is going to be the 2 parallel sides. So they're triangles. Triangles formula is 1/2 base times height. And then these triangles have a base of 7, and they have a height of 6. So 7 times 6 is 42, and taking half of that, I'm going to get 21. So my B is equal to 21, and I'm going to save that. Next, we're going to find the perimeter of the base. So to find perimeter, we're just going to go around the outside edge of our base. The bottom is 7, this side is 7, and this side is also 7. So 7 plus 7 plus 7 equals 21. The last thing I need to pull is my height, which is the height of the whole prism, and the height of the whole prism is 10. And now I simply need to bring everything down in and substitute. Once everything is substituted in, you should have 2 times our b of 21 plus our p of 21 times 10. And now we can start to simplify. So 2 times 21 makes 42. Add to that, 21 times 10 is 210. And then we add 210 plus 42. We're going to get 252. And this is centimeters. And because we're doing area, I did the wrong one. It should be squared. Okay, so now you're going to have a you-do problem. Remember that first you need to do the area of your base, and this is your base. Then you need to do the perimeter of your base, which is adding up all these sides. And then you're going to do the height, and then you're going to substitute everything into your equation. I would also like for you to try this number 4. Again, surface area equals 2 times your base plus the perimeter of your base times the height of the prism. Here is your base. Okay, this next question says find the surface area, but we need to read carefully. All outer surfaces of a box are covered with gold foil except the bottom. Except the bottom. That's a big deal. So the bottom of the box is not covered, so we don't want to include the bottom of the box's area in our total surface area. The box measures 6 inches long, 4 inches wide, and 3 inches high. So I'm going to attempt to draw 6 by 4 for a base. And then our height is only 3. So when we go to find our surface area, we don't want to include this bottom down here. Like, this is not going to be included. So when we do our surface area formula, 2 times base plus perimeter times your height, we really only want one base because we're not going to be painting, or I should say covering, that bottom one. So let's go ahead and find B. B is going to be a rectangle, so it's just going to be length times width, which is 6 times 4. So our capital B is equal to 24. Now we need to find the perimeter. The capital P is the perimeter of our base. So we're going to go around our base, which is 6, plus 4. The back side is another 6, and the far side over here is another 4. So we've got 10 there and 10 there, so that equals 20. So I'm going to substitute that in for my P. And finally, we've got to substitute our height. So on our drawing, we've got a height of 3. So I'm going to substitute a 3 for this. And now we just need to simplify. 22 times 3 is going to give us 66. And I'm going to bring down 24. And 24 plus 66. Hold on, why did I put 22? Okay, I am sorry, I had an error. I had to go back and fix. My perimeter was actually 20, and I don't know why I put 22. This technically should only have been 60. So now when we add 60 plus 24, we're going to get a total of 84. And this is in inches. And we're only doing area, so inches squared. So the last you-do problem, I'm not going to lie, is a little bit tricky. But it says all the outer surfaces of a box are covered with leather except the top and bottom. So really, we don't have any B. So when we look at our original S equals 2 bases plus the perimeter times your height, with just one base, we were going to have just one B. But if neither top or bottom, we're not going to have either of these. So your formula is going to be completely different. Your formula is going to be perimeter of your base times your height. And then your box measures 5 inches long, 3 inches wide, and 2 high. So we've got 5 inches long, 3 inches wide, and only 2 high. So 5, 3, 2. So you're going to find your perimeter of your base, and then you're going to multiply times your height. So good luck on that one, and have me check them, and when you're finished, you will be ready to move on.